Good evening, fam. I pray that you are well. I pray that your Sunday is off to an incredible start. This camera is like cameraing this morning. So it's got literally everything you can think of happening on this camera. But I want to say thank you all this morning for joining me for just a quick live. If you can, do me a favor, like, love, and share. Oh, a few camera issues. I think we got it. All right. Do me a favor, like, love, and share. Like, love, and share. Afternoon. It's good to see you all on. Evening, Bridget, good to see you. Or excuse me, afternoon, Bridget, good to see you on. Afternoon, Nina, good to see you on. Y'all do me a favor, like, love, and share. Hey fam. Good to see you on. As you come in, like, love, and share. Afternoon, family. Afternoon. As you come in, like, love, and share. We won't be on long tonight. This afternoon, we're preparing for service tonight. So I just want to make sure that you all have a couple of announcements as we get ready for that. But as you come in, like, love, and share. Come on in. It is Holy Week. We are excited about Holy Week. We are excited about Resurrection Week. And regardless of what the enemy might try to intercept, interrupt, or whatever the enemy may have been trying to sabotage this past week for you. We declared it a couple of weeks ago, and I'm not coming down from that confession that this is going to be a week full of miracles. This is going to be a week full of wonders. This is going to be a week full of breakthrough, because this is, in fact, the holiest week of the year. And it's in God's holiness that we find the awe of God. It's in God's holiness that we find his glory. It's in his holiness that we find his wonder. And so we're believing that this is going to be a week full of wonder for you. If you are expecting God to do anything for you this week, I just want you to type it in the chat. God's doing it this week. God's doing it this week. Y'all do me a favor, like, love, and share. I see you all on. Good to see y'all. Like, love, and share. Yeah, this is going to be an amazing week, and we're excited about what the Lord wants to do this week. Pastor Shmika, it's good to see you on, babe. Afternoon, afternoon, afternoon. Afternoon, afternoon, afternoon. Jerica, good to see you on. Jerica is on YouTube. YouTube is coming in. Good to see y'all. That's right. Bridget says she's in expectancy for a lot. Yeah, we don't have time for what the enemy wants to try to interrupt and intercept. We believe that the Lord is getting ready to do something crazy this week. As a matter of fact, all of the hell that you've gone through in the last month, all of the hell that you've gone in the last week, all of the hell that you've gone through in the last 24 hours, in the last 12 hours, in the last 6 hours, it is all because hell knows exactly what this week is getting ready to be like for you. Prophetess Alexis, Bridget, Pastor Shamika, it is all because hell knows what is getting ready to take place in this next 7-day period. That's right, Nita. God's getting ready to do something for you. Jerica, God's getting ready to do something for you. So y'all do me a favor, like, love, and share. Like, love, and share. We're going to be a few moments, and then we're going to get we're only going to be a few moments, and then we're going to prepare for tonight's service, which I'm going to share a little bit about in just a moment. But I want you to like, love, and share. That's right, Jerica. Hell already knows. Y'all come on in. Come on in. Let's get these numbers up. Come on in, like, love, and share. Like, love, and share. Evening, fam. Evening, afternoon. I'm rarely on here in the early afternoons anymore. Listen, I want to share a couple of things with you. This week, we are excited because we are having our first, as a church, Easter egg hunt. And guess what? We are taking donations. We're taking candy and egg donations, and you can bring them tonight here at Glory Culture Metropolitan Worship Assembly at 3706 Jodico Road. If you have young children, or if you have teenagers and you want them to be a part of something amazing, not only can you donate, but you can also show up. You can also show up this Saturday, April the 4th, from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. We're going to have 1,000 eggs, inflatables, free food. It's going to be amazing, and we cannot wait to share that time with you and your family. We want to see you there. We want to see you there. We've got the city of McDonough. We've got the city of Stockbridge. Clayton and Henry County. Everybody is coming out to this Saturday's event, and we want you to be there. Again, we've got a spring fling happening for our teens. I heard we have things like Capture the Flag Egg Edition and so many other things, but we want you to be a part of that. And so again, 3706 Jodico Road, McDonough, Georgia, from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday, April the 4th. We will be gathering for our first Spring Fest, and we'll have Easter egg hunt as well as spring fling for our teens. But we can't wait to see you all there. And then guess what? On that coming Sunday, on that following Sunday, we're going to have our Resurrection Sunday Miracle Service. We have had Canopy over the last several years, and Canopy has always been crazy. Miracles have happened all over the room. The supernatural has just broken loose in ways that are beyond what we could have ever imagined for those services. The Lord completely blew our natural minds in those services. And so I want you all to do me a favor. I want you to invite somebody on April the 5th at 6:15 p.m. We're going to be having our first Canopy since before we launched. And it's going to be amazing. They're going to be, I am very sure, I am convinced, I know that there will be miracles in the room, that there will be glory in the room, because all week long, the Lord is going to be showing his hand, is going to be showing his face, and is going to be releasing his heart in and through and throughout our week. And so I want to see you there on Sunday at 6:15. I need you to type it in the chat. Bring a friend. Bring a friend. Matter of fact, I need you to tag somebody that needs to be at this miracle service. Tag somebody that needs to be at this miracle service. Come on, tag them in faith, believing that the Lord is going to do amazing work in their life. Come on, tag them. Tag them. We need to see you at Canopy Resurrection Sunday Miracle Service happening April the 5th at 6:15 p.m. It's going to be wild. It is going to be wild. Yep. Bring a friend. Bring a friend. Tag them. Tell them you need to be there. You need to be a part of what the Lord is doing on this particular Sunday. You need to be a part of what the Lord is getting ready to do in this service. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. I'm really excited because tonight begins, we kick off our Holy Week tonight. And I'm excited because we are closing out our Bring Me the Broken series. If you've been blessed by Bring Me the Broken, if your heart has turned in this series, if your heart has turned in this series, Lord, if your heart has turned in this series, now, if you've been a part of this series and your heart has not turned, we got a problem. If you're doing ministry and your heart has not turned, I'm not talking about you looking for somebody else's heart to turn. I'm talking about if your heart has not rend into during this series, and you really take an inventory about how you show up for real as a believer, I don't know what to tell you, because this series has been changing, has been life-changing. This series has really caused us as a church to take inventory of our lives, to take inventory of our response to the Great Commission. And it has been mind-blowing. And tonight we're wrapping it up, and we are getting ready to step into our two-part series tonight and next week. We're segueing into by a message called Send Me, I'll Go. And it's going to be amazing. We're going to talk about missions and missiology. And then we're going to discuss the triumphant entry of Jesus into Jerusalem, and how he was the first to take that cross to go. And we're going to talk about tonight how everyone celebrates the going, but many do not foresee or count the cost of the suffering. And so Jesus himself begins to respond to an assignment to go. He triumphantly enters into Jerusalem. He triumphantly enters into his assignment with supporters ranting and raving and with those crying out, Hosanna in the highest. But what many did not realize is that he was not on his way to something that was glamorous, but he was on his way to something that was a cross. He was not on his way to something that was notably celebratory, something that should be celebrated, something that should be commended. But it was also something that was burdensome. It was also something that was weighty, that was heavy, and that he was the first to be able to carry out the fullness of what suffering in commission looks like. He was commissioned to do a work that many celebrated in the start, but in the end of it, he had to lay his entire life down. And so we're going to be talking about that triumphant entry, and we're going to talk about what it should look like for us to respond to the call of God. Jesus himself knew that he was getting ready to step into one of the most gruesome, one of the most painful, and the most daunting portion of his assignment. He knew that he was getting ready to take up his cross, yet he entered into Jerusalem with dignity. He entered into Jerusalem with a heart that said, I'm going to do this representing God in the fullness of humility and the fullness of obedience and the fullness of submission to that plan. And the fullness of sobriety, he entered into agreement with that commission. And so tonight we're going to be talking about missions and missiology and the fact that we start in the place of saying yes, regardless of what we know the cross will look like, regardless of what we know the suffering will look like. And so it's going to be amazing. I want you to invite someone tonight. I want you to invite someone to that service tonight. At doors open at 6:15, service starts at 6:30, and it's going to be a phenomenal time in the presence of the Lord. This week, I'm expecting God to do amazing things. This week, I'm expecting God to do amazing things. If that is you, I need you to do me a favor and write that in the chat. God's going to do amazing things this week. He's going to blow our natural minds this week. There are a couple of ways. Look, there are a couple of ways that you can get involved. There are a couple of ways that you can be a part. There are a couple of ways that you can stay up to date as to what's happening in and through the ministry this week. And we want to share what those ways are. I need you to do me a favor. If you're wanting to be a part of what the Lord is doing this week, I need you to go to Eventbrite and register on Eventbrite. Everything that we're doing this week, from our Saturday events to our Sunday miracle service, they are completely free. But I want you to do us a favor and help us effectively prepare for you by going to Eventbrite and registering. Again, that registration cost is free. Everything from food all the way down to the services that we're having throughout the week. Everything is completely free. And so I'm getting ready to post a link in the chat now. I'm getting ready to post a link, and I want you to do me a favor and follow that link. And Nina, if you could do me a favor, if you could pin this link, that would be great. If you could pin that link, that would be amazing. I want you to follow this link. That is to our Spring Fest this weekend. It's going to be amazing. I want you to register for that. And then for our Sunday miracle service, you're also able to register online for that. And I'm going to post that here so that you all have it. I want you to register for these services so that we can prepare for you and your family for both events. Again, this coming Saturday at 12 p.m. April the 4th is going to be amazing. 1,000 Easter eggs all over the place. Bring your children, bring your teenagers, free food, inflatables, all types of fun. And then on Sunday, we're going to have an amazing miracle service. Again, I want you to bring your family out, those who you know need healing, those who you know are sick in their body. The healer is going to be in the room. He is resurrected indeed, and he wants to show the proof of his resurrection in those services. And so we want to see you this coming weekend, all right? Listen, tonight, join us tonight. This is the beginning of the encounters with God tonight. I want you to join us tonight at 6:15 p.m. Join us tonight at 6:15 p.m. at 3706 Jodico Road for our Palm Sunday service. The presence of the Lord is going to meet us there. The presence of the Lord is going to overtake us. And I believe that we're going to see something crazy happen in every single person that gathers in these services this tonight and over the next several days. And so we are praying for you all. We love you all. We can't wait to see you this evening for our Palm Sunday service. Have an incredible evening, and we'll see you there.